Flooding in South Africa's Durban area has at least 306 people and is a catastrophe of enormous proportions, President Cyril Ramaphosa says. Key points: houses and buildings have collapsed and roads have been severely damaged. Houses and buildings have collapsed and roads have been severely damaged. Durban port flooded, sweeping shipping containers away. Durban port flooded, sweeping shipping containers away. The toll is expected to rise and more rain is forecast. This disaster is part of climate change. It is telling us that climate change is serious. It is here, Mr. Ramaphosa said, as he visited flooded areas of Durban and the surrounding eThekwini metropolitan area. You're not alone. We'll do everything in our power to see how we can help. Even though your hearts are in pain, we're here for you, he added. We no longer can postpone what we need to do and the measures we need to take to deal with climate change. The toll is expected to continue rising as search and rescue operations continue in KwaZulu-Natal province, officials said. Mr. Ramaphosa said the whole province would be declared a disaster area. The bridges have collapsed, the roads have collapsed, people are injured, he said. He said one family had lost 10 members. Forecasters say more rain is expected. Residents were forced to flee as homes were swept away, buildings collapsed and roads were torn up. Durban port was flooded and shipping containers were swept away into a jumbled heap. Authorities were also seeking to restore electricity to large parts of the province after heavy flooding at various power stations. Rescue efforts by the South African National Defence Force were delayed as the military's air wing was also affected by the floods, General Rudzana Mafwanya said. The military was able to deploy personnel and helicopters around the province on Wednesday, he said. Shipping containers were carried away in floodwaters. Some areas recorded daily rainfall totals in excess of 160 millimeters, the country's weather bureau said. Forecasters warned of continued wind and rain and the risk of continued flooding in KwaZulu-Natal and other provinces over the upcoming Easter weekend. South Africa's Eastern Cape, Free State and North-West provinces could be affected, it said. Africa's southeastern coast is on the front line of seaborne weather systems that scientists believe are being intensified by global warming. South Africa's northern neighbor Mozambique has suffered a series of devastating floods over the past decade, including one last month that more than 50 people. AP